Sup gamers, it's me, GinePik, and welcome back to a brand new Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys the easy and simple raid farm that works for all Minecraft platforms, whether it's a mobile device, Xbox, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, or PC. This raid farm gives you up to 1,500 emeralds per hour. Timestamps are provided down in the description below, so if you would love to skip the tutorial, you can go ahead, but I'll recommend you to listen to the mechanics so you can get a glimpse of what's actually happening. So if you don't know how a raid farm works, in a raid farm, there are actually two farms involved. One is the Bad Omen farm. That is where we get the Bad Omen effect in order to cause the raid. And the second farm itself is the raid platform. As you can see, this is a raid platform. This is the area where the raids will spawn. As you can see, we have dedicated platform for the raid, and all the raiders will spawn over there. And we're having this lava blade in order to kill the Ravengers. As the version of 1.17.34 is the version I'm recording in, there is a bug where Ravengers can actually don't get pushed by flowing water, meaning they'll be stuck over here, and sometimes they won't even get pushed into 2x2. So this lava is to make sure that they die from the lava, and also you won't even get saddles. Sometimes they might end up in the Trident killer, but it's very rare. Sometimes you might get one Ravager only in my testings of so much times. So yeah, all the Ravengers will be killed by this lava blade, and all the mobs that are too tall, your Evoker, Vindicator, Pillagers, all will end up in the Trident killer. The Trident killer we're using over here is Silentwisperers. So make sure to check out the channel. Link to the channel will be down in the description below. All the player needs to do is make sure to stand over here, turn on the Trident killer for both farms. Once you get the Bad Omen effect, and we are having a villager over here on the right side of us. Over here, so we have created a village is sleeping because it's nighttime right now. And whenever the player gets Bad Omen, the raid will start, and all the raiders will spawn on top of this platform. The mechanics over here is pretty simple. As it gets, once the raid spawns, they'll go into the 2x2 platform, and they will die from the Trident killer. If you're wondering what the raid sort of farm is, this is a raid sort of farm. As you can see, I am using Minecraft Trident killer raid. This is the test 2. I have done multiple tests, and this is the best one. As you can see, for the raid farm drops, you get up to 2,794 raids. That's the all raid drops, your non-stackables, your stackables, and these are the raids for stackables. As you can see, you get up to 2,311 all items per hour, and emeralds, you get up to 1,516 emeralds per hour. That is a lot of emeralds per hour. You can go ahead and trade this for the villagers, create emerald box, or whatever use you have. And these are all the non-stackables. You get up to 78 or 77 totems, which is a lot of lives. You're gonna get a bunch of these acts. You can go ahead and build a custom item sorter. So if you want a custom item sorter, make sure to check out Grimsaviour's video. It is a raid farm item sorter dedicated for it. Link to that video will be down in the description below. Make sure to go ahead and check out the channel as well. A really good item sorter for the raid farm. You can go ahead and build and sort this all up and smelt it in a furnace. This is a lot of iron. You can also go ahead and build a mini item farm because of all of this and smelt them into iron ingots. That's all up to you. And also you get the Bad Omen rates as well. The Bad Omen rates is 1,002 drops per hour, including the crossbows, which to be honest I don't know why I use. And also you get a bunch of arrows, banners for smelting, and more crossbows. And if you decide to use this farm for XP, when you start from level 0, you get to level 44 in just 1 hour. 0 to 44 in 1 hour, not that bad. Now using this farm is pretty simple. All the player has to do is just make his way on to the Bad Omen farm first, and turn on the Trident killer. Make sure that the player who threw the Trident will be getting the Bad Omen. So if you're playing on a realms or server who have through the Trident, that person will be getting the Bad Omen effect if that person is online. And once you go ahead and turn on the Bad Omen effect, make your way on top of the AFK platform, which is over there. Keep in mind, sometimes the Bad Omen effect can take time because you have to keep in mind pillagers. There are two variants. One is the pillager banner as well as regular pillagers. So cycling them with the RNG mob spawning for Bedrock is different. So sometimes it might take a few seconds, sometimes it might take minutes because you have to wait for the pillager captain to spawn and not the regular pillager without the banner. So it might take time, but once you get the Bad Omen effect, you can go ahead and turn on the Trident killer over here. So I'm just gonna wait until I get a Bad Omen effect. As you can see, I got the Bad Omen effect. The village recognized it because of the villager they're creating, and the raid is starting. As you can see, I have turned it on. Turn on the Trident killer, and once the raid bar gets filled, the raids will start spawn. As you can see, I'm going to get Bad Omen constantly because the AFK spot is correct. As you can see, the raiders spawn, they hop into the minecart, as you can see, and they get killed by the Trident killer. As you can see, all you gotta do is just hold your looting 3 sword for extra drops, and also you'll be getting the experience as well. You are completely safe. Even Ravengers will not be able to attack you as well. It is that complete safe. As you can see, you can go ahead and AFK here for as long as you want, get a lot of XP as well as totems. If you love to test this farm before you build it into survival worlds, a world download is provided down in the description below. It is the direct link to Mediafire, and also materials list is provided down in the description below for your convenience. And let's get right into the tutorial. Now for this farm, go ahead and find yourself an outpost. Now in order to find an outpost, there are several ways to find an outpost. You can travel around your world to get an outpost, or you can go ahead and find chunk paste. Chunk paste is an easy as well as a recommended way. I'll recommend you to go check chunk paste because it will save you a lot of time. It is simple as well as easy way. Now once you find your outpost, make sure the outpost is not near a village, inside of a village. Make sure it's just an outpost near a flat area. You need to make sure that it is a flat area outpost. You do not need any hills nearby. You don't want raids to spawn at the hills or any blocks nearby. Make sure it is a flat area and it's either a steep area where you think raids will spawn. Make sure to mine them, or go ahead and find another outpost where it is completely flat, so you can go ahead and don't worry about raids spawning in unwanted areas or in an area where you don't want. So make sure to find an outpost in a flat and also not inside a village. Once you're done finding an outpost and making sure that the area is flat enough, now go ahead and make your way into the outpost over here on this section. Now go ahead and grab your glass panes and go ahead and start placing glass panes like this. Make sure to get out this chest and the items as well. And go ahead and place glass panes like this. Make sure to place glass panes all the way over here. Go ahead and fill this up. This is to make sure that we find a spawn spot where pillagers will spawn, because we need to create a bad omen farm first. So make sure to place glass panes all over here. Make sure to place glass panes all over. Once you're done placing the glass panes, it should look something like this. Now make your way outside and go ahead and place glass panes here as well. Make sure to place glass panes over here because spawn spots can be found outside the pillager outpost as well. So you can go ahead and take advantage of this spawn spot if you want to increase the bad omen effect for your chances to increase the rage. Make sure to place glass panes outside over here in all of the edges over there as well. And make sure it's at head height as well. Make sure not to place it on the ground. Make sure it's head height. Once you're done placing the gas planes, it should look something like this. Now make sure to go 24 blocks away from the outpost so the pillagers can spawn and you can find the spawn spots. Once the pillagers have spawned, keep in mind every outpost has different spawn spots. For me, the spawn spots are different. As you can see, there's one pillager over there as well as pillagers over here as well. As you can see, you will have different spawn spots. Sometimes you will have more over there bottom. Sometimes you will have two spawn spots over here as well. So you can go ahead and take advantage of both spawn spots. If there's two over here, you can go ahead and make two Trident killers and increase the chances of getting bad omen effect. Now once you're done finding in the spawn spots, all you have to do is now go ahead and carefully break the glass which is surrounding outside of the spawn spot. So I'm going to be breaking glass over here carefully. Make sure not to break the glass where they're inside. It's really important. Once you're done breaking the rest of the glass outside, now go ahead and grab your map. Now you need to find the northwest corner. Now the north is always facing upwards and west is over here. Now the northwest will be somewhere over here. As you can see, make sure your arrow is diagonal to the left, and that is northwest. Once you're done making sure that you're on the northwest, go ahead and mine this block over here. So this is a spawn spot. As you can see, mobs spawn in the northwest corner of a block in Minecraft Bedrock. As you can see, this is a block they spawn on, but on the northwest. As you can see, this is the northwest. So this is the area where they spawn out. So this is the block where they spawn down. Now you can go ahead and do the same over here as well. So as you can see, this is my another spawn spot. I'm going to find the northwest, which is over here. And this is the block they spawn on. Now you can go ahead and pillar this up. Now once you go ahead and mark the second spot, or if you wanted to, you can go ahead and tower this up to this exact same layer. So whenever a pillager tries to spawn over here, they will actually spawn on the topmost block. This is called spawn column. So if you have multiple spawn spots around the outpost, you can go ahead and tower this up to this exact Y level over here, and you can go ahead and create a Trident killer for this spawn spot as well, and increase the chances of getting bad omen. So it's completely up to you. I'm just going to build only one spawn spot, but you can go ahead and do the exact same for other spawn spots for your outpost spawns. Once you're done marking the spawn spots, now you can go ahead and destroy these both guys and go ahead and mine all of the glass panes. Once you're done mining all the glass panes, now go ahead and grab your glass blocks. Go ahead and cover the glass blocks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, as well as 1, 2, 3 over here. Go ahead and mine these blocks over here. Now go ahead and create 2 by 2 like this. Make sure it is a 4 by 4 over here. Go ahead and mine the block over here. Make sure not to mine the marker block for the spawn spot. This is going to be really important for you. Now once done, go ahead and tower this up to 2, so that will be 1 already. Now go ahead and tower this 1 more up. Now once done, now go ahead and grab your glass block. Place a glass block over here. Now this glass block will make sure that whenever the pillagers spawn, they get pushed outwards and go down directly into the kill chamber. Now go ahead and burn out the outpost because the outpost is no use. Or if you want, you can go ahead and replace all the fences. Go ahead and replace all of the blocks which is exposed, the stairs as well, and slabs, and go ahead and leave this whole place. You need to make sure that no raids spawn on top of the outpost. Raids can spawn in all type of blocks. Your fence gates, your banners as well. They cannot spawn on vines, they can spawn on stairs. Make sure to replace all the blocks and you can go ahead and place leaves, or you can go ahead and burn down the whole thing because the outpost is no use. What is important is the spawn spot. Once you're done burning and breaking all the rest of the outposts, it should look something like this. Now if you have any other spot and if you don't want to use them, just go ahead and grab a glass block, place a glass block on top of that spawn spot, then they will not spawn. Once done, go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Place leaf blocks on top over here so no raids spawn. Raids can spawn on glass as well, so make sure to place leaves. They will not spawn on leaf blocks at all. And once done, go ahead and grab your torch. Place the torch over here. The reason why is because you don't want mobs to spawn, such as your skeletons, zombies, creepers, pillagers, and captain villagers can spawn in all light levels. So that is why we are placing torch, so we can prevent other mobs from spawning and also making sure only pillagers spawn. Once that is done, go ahead and grab your solid block. Now place 3 solid blocks over here. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and do all the way rest as well in the edges as well. You do not want the mobs to glitch out. Bedrock Edition tends to do that. Once that is done, go ahead and place solid blocks again over here. Make sure it's one more layer. Once that is done, now go ahead and place solid block in these locations right over here. Make sure it is like this. Once done, now go ahead and grab a slab. Place a slab over here. Make sure the slab is not underneath the spawn spot. That's really important. Make sure it's not underneath. Make sure it is like this. Make sure it is on the opposite side. Once done, go ahead and grab your fence. You can either go ahead and place a fence over here or a fence over here. Doesn't really matter, but make sure it is any one of these spots. Once done, make sure to place a fence over here. Once done placing the fence, I'm going to grab a solid block. Place solid blocks like this. Make sure the solid blocks is all the way over here. Now once done, go ahead and grab a campfire. Place the campfire over here. Make sure the campfire is underneath the fence. This is to make sure that the XP from the bad omen gets destroyed and don't back up and lag the game. So make sure to place a campfire and go ahead and surround this whole area with solid blocks. Now go ahead and grab your hopper, place the hopper over here. Now go ahead and place a double chest. Keep in mind, you don't want the items to also lag the game, so make sure to collect the items. You also get lots of non-stackables, so make sure to create a really good storage system for this. The storage of this is completely up to you. I've just put 2 double chests. You might even need more because you're going to get non-stackables as well, so keep in mind. Once done, now make your way inside. Go and place a solid block over here. Now go ahead and grab your trapdoor. Place the trapdoor over here. Make sure this trapdoor is right in line with over here. It's really important. Now we need to place another trapdoor on top of this, and this trapdoor should be directional. Now the direction should be either east or south. So if you don't know where south is all over here, and east is over here. You might already know where north is over here, and west is over there. So you can either go ahead and choose south, or you can go ahead and choose east. It's up to you, but make sure it is either in one of east or south direction. This is because we need to make sure that the Trident killers are really lock proof and doesn't glitch out. So make sure that it's at least east or south direction. Any other direction except east or south, then the Trident killer will be unreliable, making them disappear or get destroyed. Once you're done placing a direction that you desired, go ahead and place solid blocks over here all the way. Once done, make your way into the farm again. Go ahead and place a rail. Make sure the rail is facing inwards. Go ahead and place a minecart. Now go ahead and push the minecart in. Make sure the minecart is inside. Go ahead and mine the rail. Once done, go ahead and grab your water bucket. Place the water over here. Now make sure the water is flowing, and that will be the system. As you can see, they get pushed into this and they get fall into the minecart. Now we'll be building the redstone system for the Trident killer. Now for the redstone system for the bad omen farm, all you had to do is make sure there's a solid block right where the top trapdoor is. Really important. There should be a solid block over here. Once done, go ahead and place 2 solid blocks here, followed by a solid block. Make sure to place solid block over here, followed by 2 more solid blocks over here. Go ahead and grab your comparator. Make sure it's on subtract mode. It's really important. Place 2 redstone dust, followed by 2 more redstone dust over here. Now you can go ahead and mine this block over here. Now once done, go ahead and grab your lever. Place the lever here, flick it on, and once you're done correctly, if you go into the farm or just check, as you can see, the top trapdoor should only flick open and close. It's really important that the top trapdoor should be open and closed, and all the pillagers that hop into the minecart can get damaged from this open and closed trapdoors because of the trident. So make sure to do this correctly. Once you're done, you can go ahead and flick this off. Now go ahead and grab your trident. Once you're done grabbing your trident, go ahead and throw it like this. Make sure it's at this correct angle. Once you're done, now I'll recommend you to have an impaling fire trident. It is a recommendation. You can go ahead and use a regular trident as well. The impaling is to make sure that the pillagers don't last long, so their lifeline will be less. So make sure to have an impaling fire trident. It's a recommendation, but you can go ahead and use regular tridents as well. Durability does not matter. Once you're done throwing into the trident, go ahead and flick it on. And once you're done correctly, the minecart will not break and the trident will go into its position and it will stay. If you've done it incorrectly, then you'll come to know by the minecart being broken. So make sure to throw it correctly, and if the minecart gets broken, go ahead and replace it again. Once you're done building it, go ahead, turn it off, and that will be your bad omen farm. And if you have any other spawn spots just like this or multiple, you can go ahead and build another trident killer as well. Once you're done building in the trident killer, now go ahead and grab your scaffolding. Now align yourself where this lever is and go ahead and tower its scaffolding. Make sure to make your way to the lever. And once you're done making your way to the lever, go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Go ahead and place leaves over here so you can have an area to stand. Now once done, now we will be pulling up to the AFK spot. Now if you're playing in simulations of 6 and higher, make sure to pull up to 124 blocks. Now if you're playing in simulations of 4, make sure to tower 40 blocks with scaffolding. If you're on simulation 6 and higher, make sure it's 124. Keep in mind, for realms, simulations is changing in the future, so make sure to check out the pinned comment down below so you can go ahead and build according to the simulation distance. If you're playing simulation of 4, make sure it's 40 blocks. I'm playing on simulations of 4, so I'm going to tower 40 blocks. If you're in simulation 6 and higher, make sure it's 124 with scaffolding. Once you're done towering up to your AFK spot, now go ahead and grab your leaves. Now make sure to place leaves all over here. Make sure to place leaves, crouch place leaves all over here. Make sure to place leaves. This is the reason why you're placing leaves, is make sure that the raids don't spawn on redstone. Yes, they can spawn on redstone. Make sure to place leaves all over here. You don't want the raids to spawn on area where you don't want, so make sure to place leaves all over here. This is for the safety. Make sure to place leaves all over so they don't spawn in the area where you don't want. Make sure to place leaves all over the redstone. Yes, it does look ugly, but this is for the safety for the farm, as well as make sure they only spawn in the area where they should. Once you're done placing in the leaves, now go ahead and make your way to the AFK spot. Now go ahead and grab your map. Now make sure that you're facing north. Now once you're done making sure that you're facing north, go to grab your solid blocks. Place a solid block over here and here. Now go ahead and place solid block like this. Make sure it is an L but inverted. Once done, go ahead and grab your slab. Place 2 slabs over here. Now once done, go ahead and grab your fence. Place 2 fence over here, and it should look something like this. Once you're done, now we'll be building the storage system of the farm. The storage is completely up to you. Now for this farm, all you have to do is now go ahead and place 2 walls over here, followed by hoppers. Make sure the hopper is facing downwards like this. Make sure that it's facing downwards. Now go ahead and place 2 temporary blocks over here, followed by hoppers facing downwards as well. Once you're done placing in the hoppers, go ahead and mine these 2 blocks. Go and place a temporary block over here now. Go and place 2 temporary blocks over here. Once done, go and grab your rails. Now place rails on top of like this. Make sure the rail is facing this direction. Now go and place your hopper minecart. Push the hopper minecart in and go ahead and break the rails. The rails will be inside of the hopper. Now go ahead and do the same over here. Make sure the rails is facing this direction. Place a hopper minecart, push it forward, and go ahead and break the rails. Once done, now go ahead and break these 2 temporary blocks. Now go ahead and make your way down. Now go ahead and place your chest. Now you can go ahead and expand this as much as you want. You can go ahead and expand this downwards as much as you want. That's completely up to you. Or you can go ahead and attach this to a dropper clock as well. Now this is the storage I'm going to be using in the farm. You can go ahead and expand this downwards or connect this to a dropper clock. That's completely up to you. Storage is completely up to you. Everyone likes to do the storage system of their own. Once you're done building the storage, now make your way on the top. Now go ahead and place 2 temporary blocks over here. Go ahead and grab your trapdoor. Place 2 trapdoors over here. Make sure these 2 trapdoors are aligned with this block. Now we're going to place another trapdoor, and this trapdoor should be directional. Now direction should be either east, which is this direction, or south. Make sure it is east or south. If you go ahead and pick any direction except east or south, it will be unreliable and it won't be relog proof. So make sure it is facing south or east. I'm going to be picking east, which is over here. Now make sure to place it facing east or south. Once you're done placing the trapdoors, you can go ahead and mine these temporary blocks. Once you're done placing the trapdoors, then go ahead and grab your solid blocks. Place solid blocks like this in these locations. Now once done, go ahead and place solid blocks like this as well. Go ahead and place solid blocks in these locations. Now once done, go ahead and grab your target block. Place 2 target blocks over here. Make sure these 2 target blocks are in line with these 2 trapdoors. It's really important that these 2 target blocks are right where these 2 trapdoors are. It's really important. Once you're done, now go ahead and grab your solid block. Place solid blocks over here. Now go ahead and extend this 2 blocks tall. Once done, go ahead and do the same over here. Make sure to extend this 1 block over here and extend this 2 blocks tall. Once done, go ahead and expand this over here as well. Now go ahead and do the same over here. Now for here, go ahead and grab your glass blocks. Place 4 glass blocks over here. Make sure it's 4 glass blocks over here. This glass blocks are to make sure that the XP phase through once you're standing over here in the AFK spot. Once done, go ahead and grab your solid block. Place solid blocks in these locations. Go ahead and place solid blocks over here. Now go ahead and place solid blocks here as well. Make sure to surround this whole area with solid blocks. Once done, now go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Place 2 leaves over here. These leaves are to make sure that these fences don't connect. Once done, go ahead and place your solid blocks over here. Go ahead and place a temporary block over here, followed by 2 leaves. Once you're done placing leaves, make sure these are 2 leaves. Now go ahead and mine a block inside over here temporarily. Then go ahead and grab your water bucket. Place 2 water over here, 1 over here as well as one over here. This water is to make sure any items that fall over here gets flushed into the system and don't get backed up over here. Now make sure that you have done this correctly. Now once done, go ahead and place the solid block back, and it should look something like this. Once done, now make your way inside. Now go ahead and grab your rails, place rails like this, make sure the rail is facing this direction. Go ahead and grab your minecart, place the minecart over here and push the minecart forward. Once done, now go ahead and break the rails. Do the same over here, make sure the rail is facing this direction. Minecart, push it forward and make sure the minecart stays inside like this. This should be done like this. Now once done, go ahead and grab your water bucket, place 2 water over here and make sure the water is flowing. Once done, this will be the Trident Killer's base system. Once you're done building in the base system, now go ahead and grab your solid blocks, place solid blocks over here now. Go ahead and place solid blocks wrap around over here like this. Make sure that you create a 2x2 over here. Once you're done building the 2x2, now we need to expand 5 blocks in all directions. Now count this as block number 1, with 2, 3, 4, 5, and do the same over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Same over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you get the point. And once done, go ahead and connect these like this with solid blocks and go ahead and fill this whole area with solid blocks. Once done, it should look something like this. Make sure it's 5 blocks in all corner directions. Now once done, go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Now go ahead and expand 3 blocks forward in all corner directions. 1, 2, 3. Go to do the same over here. 1, 2, 3. You get the point. Do this in all corner directions and go ahead and connect these 2 like this. Make sure that once you meet the edge, don't connect the edge. Make sure that is 1 block up. Go do like this. Connect it like this and fill this area with leaves. Make sure the edge is not flat. Make sure it is 1 up with leaf and go ahead and do this to all corner direction and fill this whole area with leaves. Once done, it should look something like this. Make sure it's 3 blocks in all corner direction and also make sure to keep this leaf block 1 block up. And once done, go ahead and grab your solid block and go ahead and place solid blocks like this. Make sure to make a 3 block tall and go ahead and surround this whole area with solid blocks. With this 3 block tall. Make sure to surround the whole area. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Make sure all the borders are 3 blocks tall. Now once done, go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Now go ahead and place the leaves on top of these solid blocks. These leaves are to make sure raids don't spawn over here and only in this dedicated platform. And go ahead and do this all the way around. Once you're done placing the leaves, it should look something like this. Now go ahead and grab your string and go ahead and place string over here. Make sure string is on top of the leaves, string over here, and also string in the edges over here. As well as here, the string is to make sure that lightning doesn't strike and cause fire, and also if you're building in a cold biome, that snow layers don't generate on top. Raids can spawn on snow layers if you're building on a cold biome. And if you're wondering if you use lightning rods, raids can spawn on lightning rods as well. So this is the only way that you can do until they fix the bug for raid spawning on unwanted blocks. So go ahead and place string on over here on top, outside, inside, in the corners to all of these leaves. Only the top leaves. You don't need to do anything on the bottom. Once you're done placing the string, make sure that you have done correctly. Make sure it's on the outside, top, inside, as well as the corners as well. Once done, now go ahead and grab your sign. Place a sign over here now. Now go ahead and place 3 more signs over here, stacking upwards. So this will be 1. Go ahead and place another one top. And go ahead and do the same over here as well. Go ahead and place another one and that will be 3 in total. Now go ahead and expand 3 signs forward. That'll be 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and do the same here as well. That'll be 1, 2, 3. Same here as well. 1, 2, 3. Once done, go ahead and do the same here as well. That'll be 1, 2, and 3. Now on the edges, now you need to create a diamond shape now. For now to create a diamond shape, go ahead and place 2 signs over here and 1 over here. Now go ahead and do the same on this direction, that direction, as well as this over here. So once you're done placing the lines, go ahead and grab your temporary block, place 2 temporary block over here, and make sure this is 3 blocks tall and not 2. I made a mistake doing that, so make sure to correct it. Make sure it's 3 blocks and not 2. The solid block should be on the 3rd, so make sure to do this correctly. The reason why we are placing solid blocks is make sure that the lightning doesn't strike, because tridents can literally cause lightning to strike. So if the lightning strikes, then that will make you get killed as well. So in order to prevent that from happening, make sure to place solid blocks over here. Go ahead and mine these solid blocks there and go ahead and place your leaves on top so no raid spawn on them. Go ahead and grab your string, place string all over the edges as well as the top. Once done, go ahead and grab your lava bucket. Now place your lava bucket on the center over here. This lava is to make sure that all the ravengers get killed by the lava and don't end up, rarely they will only end up in the Trident Killer, but mostly all the ravengers will get killed by this lava. Once Once you're done placing a lava as well as shield protector for the lightning, now go ahead and grab your water bucket, go ahead and create an infinite source. Now go ahead and place water over here. Make sure to place water on the solid block and not on the leaf. Make sure not to waterlog the leaves, and go ahead and do this to all sections over here. Go ahead and place water over here on the solid block and not on the leaves. Make sure that you don't waterlog the leaves. Once you're done placing in the water, it should look something like this. Now go ahead and skip this block over here. Make sure to skip this block and start placing water like this. Make sure to place water, skip, water all over here. You can go ahead and do this. Go ahead and skip these 2 blocks over here. It's really important that you skip these 2 blocks. If you place water over here, and that will flood the whole thing, and getting rid of water is pain. So make sure to do this correctly in all of the areas. Go ahead and skip these 2 blocks and place water all over here. You need to make sure that's flowing, and make sure not to waterlog all leaves. Once done, it should look something like this. Make sure all the water source is flowing and not source. Now if your water is turning to ice, all you have to do is go ahead and grab a button, place button in all the water sources. Make sure to place button in all the water sources. This will prevent the water from being ice. Make sure to place buttons in all of the water sources if your water is turning to ice. Once done, now you'll be building the redstone system for this farm. All you gotta do is make your way to the AFK spot. Go and place a solid block over here, followed by a solid block over here, and a solid block like this. Go and grab your comparator, place the comparator over here. Make sure the comparator 2 antennas are facing this solid block. Now go ahead and right click or tap on the comparator. Make sure it's on subtract mode. Now go ahead and place 2 solid blocks over here, followed by 2 solid blocks like this, and a solid block like this. Make sure 2 solid blocks like this. Now go ahead and grab your redstone dust, place 2 redstone dust in these locations, redstone dust in all of these locations. Make sure these redstone dust are connected. These 2 target blocks is really important. Go ahead and place the lever over here. Now if you go ahead and flick the lever, as you can see, if you've done it correctly, it should do something like this. Now go ahead and flick it off if it's done correct. Once done, that will be the redstone system for this farm. Now all you have to do is now go ahead and grab your leaves, place leaves in all of these locations. It's going to look ugly, but this is really important that you place leaves over here. Now go ahead and place solid blocks in these locations. You do not need to place leaves over there. Go ahead and place leaves here as well, leaves here, as well as the edges as well here. This is to prevent rays from spawning on the redstone. They can spawn on literally anything in this game. Now go ahead and place leaves. It should look something like this. Once you're done placing the leaves, now go ahead and grab your solid block. Now we need to extend 2 blocks forward with thick solid blocks. Now go ahead and place 2 solid blocks over here, 1, 2. Now go ahead and expand this all the way. Make sure that it's 2 blocks thick. Make sure that you don't leave any hollow spots. Make sure to cover this whole area with 2 block thick solid blocks. These thick solid blocks are to make sure that if Ravengers glitch out, they will take suffocation damage and rather not glitch out and go into nowhere. So make sure to cover this whole area with 2 block thick. Don't leave any hollow spots. Once done, it should look something like this. Make sure it is 2 blocks thick in all corner directions over here. Now you can go ahead and cheapen yourself by placing solid blocks over here, as well as solid blocks in these 2 locations. Is really not important, but make sure there's a leaf over here so the redstone dust can go up. So make sure there's a leaf over here. And if you go to your AFK spot, it should be covered with solid blocks and all like this, except for these 2 areas. Once done, now we need to build the villager spot. Now all you gotta do is go ahead and place 2 temporary blocks over here. Go ahead and place the leaves all over here. Now go ahead and place the leaves all over here now. Go ahead and make it 2 block thick. Go ahead and place your bed over here. Make sure the bed is over here. Make sure not to right click the bed. Now once done, go ahead and place the leaves over here now. Now go ahead and grab a villager. Now make sure villager links, and that will create a village. And also the best time to bring is nighttime so the villager can sleep. Make sure not to place leaves over here. If you place leaves over here, then the villager might glitch out. So make sure that these plot areas are hollow. Now go ahead and grab your leaves, place 2 leaves over here. Now make sure to break these 2 temporary blocks. It's really important that you break these 2 temporary blocks and replace them with leaves. If you don't do that, then the rays will spawn on that solid block. Then the villager will die. Then you need to do this again and correct to make sure there are leaves underneath the bed so no rays spawn on them. So make sure to do this correctly. Once done, that will be your villager part. And I know to bring the villager upwards, there's so many ways. You can use minecart, purple elevators. That's all up to you. You can also use boats as well. Once done, now go ahead and grab your leaf blocks. Place leaf blocks over here, followed by boat. Make sure to place 2 boats on top. These boats are to make sure if the evoker summons Vexes, they get catched by these boats. Now go ahead and do this over here as well. Make sure to place 2 leaf blocks, followed by 2 boats on top, and go ahead and do the same over here as well. 2 leaf blocks followed by boats. Make sure to use boats. Once you're done placing in the boats, now you need to place the tridents. Now go ahead and grab your trident. Go ahead and throw a trident like this. Make sure it's on the trident like this in this location. And go ahead and do the same over here. Make sure that it's on the exact same location. Now I'll recommend you to use impaling 5 tridents. If you don't have impaling 5 tridents, no problem. You can go ahead and use any durability trident, any normal trident as well. But impaling tridents to make sure that they don't last longer. If you use regular tridents, then they might last a few seconds longer. Sometimes the invoker might even summon Vexes if you use a regular trident. But if you're using an impaling 5 trident, then the chances of them summoning is 0. So make sure to use either impaling fire or regular. Once you're done placing in Trident, now go into your AFK spot. Once you're in AFK spot, now go ahead and flick this lever on. Once you flick the lever on, the Trident will go into its direction and it will stay. If you've done it incorrectly and if the minecart blocks, that means you have threw the Tridents on the wrong direction. Now go ahead and pick up the Tridents and go ahead and redo the minecart system and throw it again. Make sure to do this correctly. Now you can go ahead and turn it off if everything is correct. I'm hoping today's Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial was really helpful for whatever use you have for totems, emeralds, and so on and so forth. Make sure to leave a like and also make sure to share this video to other Minecraft players. That will really mean a lot to me. And also make sure to check out my channel because there's lots of Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorials and more. 1.17 as well as 1.18 farms coming, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Adios.